Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Moxie Fernape, and this is my pool play games for the March Madness 2018 tournament that the Token Minorities have hosted yet again. So if you do not know what this tournament is, it is a biannual tournament hosted by the Token Minorities, as I said. Well, I guess the March Madness one is annual, but they host another one called Summer Showdown, which is in the summer, usually in August, so that will be happening again this year, I believe. So this is the fifth tournament, third March Madness, and I've participated in all of them, and they've all been a lot of fun. So this is the first time I'm actually going to be uploading my games. I've always meant to and wanted to, but just haven't gotten around to it and haven't done it. And I mean, like, we don't need to, and there's no deadline for it, so I haven't had that motivation to push me to do it in the past. But this time I'm doing it because I want to, and it was a fun tournament, and I think I had a pretty cool team, and I liked using the team. So on my draft, which you can see 6 of the 8 mons here, is Gligar, Mew, Clefable, Keldeo, Mega Kangaskhan, and Alolan Muck. The other 2 that I did not bring were Forretress and Manectric. So pretty fun draft, pretty cool. It's my first time using Mega Kang, so that was a fun adventure. I used Keldeo a lot. Keldeo is a fun pony. Clefable is a beast. Mew is a beast. Alolan Muck is awesome. And then Gligar was kind of helpful. Manectric was occasionally used, and Forretress was pretty cool. So I'm just going to try to go through these pool play games pretty quickly and hopefully get the video done in under 30 minutes. I don't know. You guys can see the time on the video, but I'm going to try to do these games pretty quickly. I'm not going to show you my team, but I will go over it briefly. So the largest team is the 6 you can see, being Coco, Dragonite, Roserade, Mega Blastoise, Donphan, and Bronzong. His other 2 were Miltank and Hawlucha. He has the Dragonite, and by the way, my Z user is Mew. So my team that I'm bringing, just going to briefly go over it, is a pretty physically defensive Gligar. Not super bulky. I actually had a lot of speed for Dragonite, because my set was Earthquake, Stone Edge, Roost, and Swords Dance, so I wanted to be able to outspeed that Dragonite and at least be able to break its multi-scale while also being pretty fat. Mew is Psychic, Stealth Rock, Dark Pulse, and Taunt, holding the Immunium Z. I'm pretty fast, and then I'm modest and a little bit of bulk. My Clefable is Healing Wish, Moonblast, Moonlight, Knockoff. It's pretty physically defensive, but I'm calm. I'm holding Leftovers. Keldeo is Scarf Keldeo. You'll see that a lot with my teams here. Surf, Secret Sword, Icy Wind, and Endeavor. In hindsight, I meant to run Hydro Pump. I thought about it, but I thought about it prior to doing the battle, but I wasn't at my computer at the time, so I didn't slap on Hydro Pump and forgot to do that. But it didn't really come into play. Got Mega Kangaskhan, a pretty Spadef one with Wish, Return, Toxic, and Fake Out. Then Assault Vest, Muck with Poison Jab, Knockoff, Pursuit, Shadow Sneak. So let's get into it. I lead with Mew. This is designed to be my lead. There are a lot of games that I did, so I had 4 pool play games, so there's a lot of stuff that I'll probably forget and forget my exact reasonings and details for the plays. But yeah, so I'm just going to go for Psychic, do a little under half. I do the Z Psychic, but I did not want to whip that out turn 1, as he could have gone into Bronzong. So turn 2, I'm just going to go for my Rocks here. So yeah, as you see, you got Scald and got the Burn. So I'm just going to go for my Rocks, which is kind of a misplay actually, as my Mew's going to go down. I really should have just got rid of the Blastoise, because he can just spin those away, so I could have knocked it out and still had my Mew around, which probably would have, or maybe would have had to get sacked off to Coco, or, I mean, really, Coco's the only thing that outspeeds me, and the only thing that really threatens me too much, so I could have gotten off more damage on something, or got my Rocks the following turn, so I really should have just gone for my Z Psychic to knock out Blastoise there. That was pretty silly on my end. I thought he just might go into Bronzong scouting for the Z Psychic, but he did not, so it is what it is. So I'm just going to bring in my Kang here to check this thing. So I'm just going to go for Fake Out, I think, or did I just go for Return? I returned there, just get off some damage. We see his Rocky Helmet, so that is his answer to Kang, which makes sense. I don't have Crunch, so I can't really hit that thing, so I'm going to go hard and do Muck, because he makes a nice read, goes for EQ. So kind of rough start to this game, but I'm doing some things. I'm trying to bring it back. I thought he'd switch, trying to keep this thing healthy, because it is his Kang answer, but he actually just keeps it in on my Pursuit. I guess predicting the Pursuit, but he still could have lived that. Now I'm thinking, okay, I'll just get rid of its item. I'll just knock off, or at least knock off whatever switches in. I do get rid of the Bronzong, so his Kang answer is gone, which is nice. In comes the Blastoise, so I'm going to Shadow Sneak, get off some damage. Crit doesn't matter, he's going to be able to spin, which sucks, because now my Rocks are gone, and my Mew was useless to sack off there. So I'm going to go for another Sneak, thinking he might just want to try to pick me off, but he does wisely go into Donphan. I am also poison touch, so there's a chance of getting the poison on Donphan, but that did not happen, alas. So it's okay. I stayed in, I did not Shadow Sneak there because I wanted to knock off his item. Also, I think I thought I would outspeed. I had a little bit of speed on this, but turns out he's actually pretty speedy. I mean, I only had 20 EVs of speed, but still, there's a chance I would outspeed. Not sure exactly what his speed was, but in comes Keldeo, which can just check this thing. I'm going to go for Icy Wind. Yeah, I do predict that, but I cannot knock it out with another one, so I think I switch out here. Because he's pretty bulky. Yeah, I go right in my King, which can take a hit from this as he goes for the Giga Drain, gets back a bit of health. So here, a Fake Out plus the return will knock him out. So I thought he would realize that and just sack off his Blastoise on my Fake Out. But I have not shown Fake Out yet, so I guess, I don't know, hindsight, I guess I should have just clicked it to get that combination knockout. As he goes for Sleep Powder and actually misses, which is unfortunate. If he had Sludge Bomb, that might have knocked me out based on Giga. Actually, no. Based on Giga Drain damage, actually Sludge Bomb probably wouldn't have. If he got the poison, it would have, but I don't know. He could have gone for Sludge Bomb, but he misses the Sleep Powder, which does suck for him, but it is Sleep Powder, so I mean, either way, I can't do anything about it. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to sack off King there, as I'm going to bring my Gligar, which I think I was invested to live a Hidden Power Ice after Rocks. I think from Life Orb Coco, I could live a Hidden Power Ice after Rocks, so is the idea there. So I'm just going to click Earthquake as he does go hard into Donphan. I'm going to go into my Clef. As he clicks Rock Polish here, so this is looking scary. I can take the Earthquake here, but Moonblast will not quite yet knock him out of Life Orb, so I'm going to click Moonlight to heal up. That way he'll have to take another Life Orb hit, so I can knock him out with Moonblast. I think I just go for Moonblast here. Yeah, I do, which does a chunk to the Coco. I don't know if this showed any bulk or not, I forget, but he does have Madness and Taunt, so it's a pretty annoying Coco. I'm just going to get rid of its lefties, though, which allows me to do more damage. Not do more damage, but allows him to not heal as much, as he does wisely Taunt on my Moonlight, so good play on his end. As I'm just going to click Moonblast, but I do have my lefties to slowly heal me, as he's going to try to roost off some damage. I'm just going to keep clicking Moonblast, really. It's my best play here, and eventually I'll get the special attack drop. Hopefully, at least. So he's going to keep roosting, keep going for that, as I'm just going to Moonblast and take a sip of my water here. As here, he does just sack off Blastoise, but I'm low enough to where the Earthquake will knock me out from Donphan as he brings that in. So I'm just going to have to sack off my Clef here. And then I bring in my Keldeo. So here, I go for, I think I go for Icy Wind. Yeah, because if I go for Surf, then Dragonite can come in and just set up, and then he can either I stay in and click Surf as he just sets up and can get to +2, or I switch into Gligar, but then he can set up to +2 the following turn. So I'm probably going to lose, but I have to go for Icy Wind to at least not allow the Dragonite to set up. So in comes Coco, as it can live the Icy Wind, so I'm going to go in my Gligar. It's a 50-50, and actually get it right as he does click Thunderbolt. Not him. Actually, no, he didn't have Hidden Ice, right? Because he had Madness, Taunt, Roost, and Thunderbolt, so actually didn't have Hidden Ice. So I'm going to be able to live the Madness, then go for EQ, knock him out. And my Gligar is faster than this, so I can break his multi-scale, as he actually just goes for the Z-Fly, not going for Dragon Dance. I was a Scarf Keldeo, so I can outspeed this thing at +1, and I think he knows it's Scarf Keldeo based on how I'm playing it. But still, he could have took another Stone Edge and gotten to +2. So I don't know why he didn't do that. Maybe he didn't have Dragon Dance. Maybe he just didn't realize that. Not exactly sure, but I'm okay with that, as I'm just going to bring in Keldeo, land my Icy Wind, and knock him out. So we win the first game in a 1-0. Very close game. Keldeo picked up a few kills. Actually, no, it picked up a lot of kills in one of the games. It didn't pick up that many this game. It only killed Dragonite, I think, and Donphan. So it picked up 2. It picked up like a lot in one of the other games. So let's just move on to my next game. Also, one kind of cool and kind of convenient thing for me is the order that I battled my opponents was actually the same order that I built for them. So that was kind of nice. Also, just to give some context, it didn't really affect the game, but to give some context, I did battle Lars a couple days prior to the day we were supposed to do our pool play games. That was because he was busy that Friday. Didn't really affect the game, but I just wanted to mention it. So here we go. This is my first battle that I did on Friday. It was versus Turbo. So my team, it's the same team of 8. I'm bringing same 6. Actually not, well yeah, same 6, except instead of Muck and Clefable, I'm bringing Manectric and Fortress. So, I mean, at most I'm only going to change 2 mons because I only have 8 on my roster in total. We were playing Turbo, who has these 6, as you can see, which is Gyarados, Pelipper. Does it make it Gyarados? Yeah, Mega Gyarados, Pelipper, Hoopa Unbound, Landorus, that's Sheer Force, so it's pretty scary. Victini, Scizor, and then his latter two that you did not bring were Ariados and Kabutops. So, my lead was, I think, my next trick. No, I led Fortress, my bad. Yeah, no. No, what? I led Keldeo. What am I saying? No, I didn't. What's this mon? Kangaskhan. I think I saw Indiana, and then I read it as, I thought Indiana Keldeos, because that's John's team. But this is Indiana, because, like, their mascot is the Hoosiers, and, like, Who's Your Daddy? That was the last nickname on this king, I think. Yeah, this was Who's Your Daddy. So, anyways, so I'm just gonna click return, I think, as, yeah, I do. I don't quite kill. I thought he would want to, I think I had Thunder Punch. Oh wait, I didn't go over my team. Let me briefly go over it. Whoops, let me just briefly go over it. Yeah, King was Fake Out, Flamethrower, Thunder Punch, and Return. So, I did a Thunder Punch. I didn't click it there because I thought he'd want to scout and go and do, like, a defensive Scizor. Well, I mean, in that case, Return was, like, the same as Thunder Punch. But I just didn't think he'd stay and let his Pelipper go down. So, I thought he might go into Lando. Or maybe into Victini on the Thunder Punch. Main Electric was Air Balloon with Volt Switch, Signal Beam, Hidden Power, Ice, and Thunderbolt. Air Balloon for the Lando. Mew was Thunderbolt, Surf, Rock Polish, and Signal Beam with Electric MZ. This is my win con here to try to get up a Rock Polish and then sweep against his team with Z Thunderbolt, as I said. Another Scarf Keldeo, Surf, Secret Sword, Hidden Power, Electric for this guy, and Hydro Pump. And then Fortress with Rocky Helmet, Stealth Rock, Hidden Power, Fire Explosion, and Volt Switch. And a pretty Spadef, but also really speedy Gligar, enough speed to outspeed that Hoopa Unbound, because I have U-Turn, then Earthquake, Defog, and Aqua Tail. Aqua Tail is just something to hit the Lando just for some damage, because it's a decent switch into that, but I need to be able to hit it for something. So, that's the idea there. So, let me just go back, I guess. So yeah, turn 1, I go for the return, I mean, I guess Thunder Punch was really safer than I thought, but I just didn't think he'd want to let his Pelipper go down that early, especially because it's Scarf and it could have been useful late game. But I know it's Scarf now, so I can just go into Keldeo and take that, and I'll be able to outspeed because I'm Scarfed as well, as he now gets proof that I'm Scarfed, and I knock him out with Surf. Now in comes the Gyarados. The rain's up, so I think I just go for Surf to get off some damage on this thing. And I do still have my sturdy Fortress to at least be able to take one hit, so I wasn't super worried about letting him set up too much. I'm just going to sack off my King. He's actually subs, which is really annoying. I'm going to click Fake Out, try to break the sub. I know it won't flinch him, but I can hopefully break the subs. I don't know if I got a low roll there, or if he was just bulky. I think both. So I'm going to bring in Keldeo here, as I'm going to click Secret Sword, and I can take any one hit. As we've seen Sub, Dragon Dance, and Waterfall, I think the last move is Crunch, and if it is, then I can take any hit from +2, actually, from this health. So I can click Secret Sword again. I'm Scarfed. I have to click it. As he goes into Lando, which, that does a chunk. But that's alright. Is that, I think that puts it in Surf range for my Mew, which is good. Or I think I might need one more round of Rocks, but it weakens it to where Surf from Mew could knock it out later. So that is good for me. I'm just going to go hard on my Manectric, anticipating the Earth Power as he does. No, he goes for Hidden Power Ice, anticipating my Gligar to come in. Let's get ready for the Volt Switch here, because he's not staying in because he's fearing the HP Ice, and if he is Scarfed and would outspeed me, he would be locked in Power Ice, so I'm fine with that. So I bring in Gligar on the Volt Switch here as he has Victini, and I'm just going to click U-Turn. I actually outspeed him, which shows that he's really slow. Maybe he's clicking Trick Room this turn. No, he just has like no speed, so I mean I am a very fast Gligar, but he's not a fast Victini, so I just went for the U-Turn, so he got off the slow U-Turn, and my Manectric actually lived with 1, so that can be a nice sack fodder there. So I bring in my Fortress as he has Scizor, and I'm anticipating either U-Turn, or no, probably Bolt Punch because I was at 1%. And I'm Rocky Helmet, so he actually loses a little bit more than I do. He's also Life Orb, so let's go for these Stealth Rocks here. I could have gone for Volt Switch, and I wanted to, but I want my Rocks up, then we weaken down the Landers to put it in range of my Mew, as well as hopefully put Hoopa in range of a Signal Beam from Mew. And also to weaken down his Mons a little bit more in general, as I'm just going to sack off my Manectric on the U-Turn, so we get to see what he brings in first. In comes Scizor, I think I just bring in, no, bring in Keldeo here. So here, I'm not quite certain of how bulky he is, so I could have clicked Surf, and after the Life Orb damage, because I think he was offensive, I think after the Life Orb damage I do knock him out with Surf, but I didn't know his set. So I could have just gone for Surf, and then if that didn't kill, then another Life Orb hit would have, so I guess I could have done that, but I just clicked Hydro because I'm not certain it was bulk, and Hydro would have, I think, definitely knocked out any Scizor set from there, unless he's like Spadef, but he's not based on damage earlier, so I'm going to click Hydro, and fortunately I miss. I can still live another Bolt Punch, so I'm just going to go for Hydro again, as I live that, and then I'm going to miss another Hydro. This really sucks. I need to keep Keldeo around. Another Bullet Punch knocks me out, so I have to go into Fortress here, as he takes more damage from Bullet Punch, from Life Orb, from Rocky Helmet, so my Fortress is getting kind of weakened, which is bad, because I want to try to keep it healthy for the Gyarados if I can, but he Russo, which is annoying, as I click Volt Switch. Then in comes Mew, so this is kind of bad here, because I can't check this thing with Keldeo, and my Fortress, I do have Hidden Power Fire, which does do around half, I think a little under half, but still, I didn't want to go for there. I thought he would switch out, so I'm going to bring in my Mew, which can knock this thing out with a Z Thunderbolt, so I'm going to go for that. I don't have Flamethrower here, because I didn't think I'd need it. I think I needed my other coverage moves more, so I'm just going to go for the Z Thunderbolt. A normal Thunderbolt was a roll after that Life Orb hit, but he might have tried to U-turn on me. I mean, he probably was anticipating a fire move, so probably would not have wanted to U-turn anyways, but still, I just wanted to make the safe play, go for my Z Thunderbolt here. So I should be able to live a hit from Landorus here, so I'm actually just going to try to Rock Polish right now. As the damage earlier shows that he was not Life Orb, so I'm going to live the Earth Power, get at my Rock Polish, and I might be able to just sweep him here, which would be amazing. So I go for Surf. He is actually Pasho, and I do get a crit, but he actually does still live through the crit, so good thing that didn't matter too much. So down goes Mew. I'm just going to bring in Keldeo. My only thing to outspeed this guy. I'm going to click Secret Sword and knock him out. If I didn't get the crit, I don't know if Secret Sword would have knocked him out, but you know, I did, and that's what happened. So regardless, I know Hoopa can live this Secret Sword, so I'm going to switch out into my Gligar, which I think was invested to live 2 Psychics from this, so that's it, that's the plan there. So I can live 2 Scarf Psychics and then U-turn. So I give a U-turn, he's actually kind of bulky and lives, so I'm going to go to my Fortress here, as he does go for another Psychic, that does a chunk, as I'm going to go right back into Gligar, so I should be able to take another Psychic and then U-turn the following turn, but actually gets a higher roll here and knocks me out. So I'm going to bring in Keldeo and click Secret Sword and knock this thing out. And here comes a Victini, which can live with Secret Sword, so I'm going to go in my Fortress, and should be going for anything physical that he would have, as he does go for Bolt Strike, which does make contact, so he takes helmet damage. Then I can bring in Keldeo. Secret Sword now knocks this thing out, and then I'll be able to knock out the Gyarados and take this home in a very close 1-0. So 2 1-0s already, both wins, which is great. Very close wins, so not very big differential, but we are 2-0 at this point, which is great. Keldeo's the only mon left in both these games, which is kind of funny. Keldeo got, I think, 5 kills in this game. He got 2 in this game, so Keldeo's already at 7 kills at this point. Keldeo's just looking great. Keldeo is a beast, so props to him. Keldeo was scarfed in both games, so Scarf Keldeo is the only Keldeo. Well, it's not, I brought some other Keldeos, but still, Scarf Keldeo is a good Keldeo. So at this point, I already knew how Large did, because Large could not battle Friday night, so Large did all his battles by this time. So I knew Large was 2-2, so that means if I win one more game, get to 3 wins, then I am guaranteed to get top 2 out of the 5 teams in my pool. So that means I would move on if I just win 1 out of my last 2, so that is great. So next game is versus Old Man Tup, a good pal of mine. I've actually not battled him yet, but he's a very nice guy. He's just an awesome dude. He's super nice. I think everyone will say that. I think everyone likes him. He's a great dude. So Tup's just nice guy Tup. So my team, you know, you guys know the 8. I'm bringing the same teams actually the first game. Yeah, the same exact 6. Really my top 6 kind of. Not the top 6 in draft order, because I drafted Fortress before Gligar. But these are kind of my main 6, if you will. So Tup's team is the 6 you see, being Mega Beedrill, Tapu Fini, Superior, Victini, Fortress, and Mamoswine. He left on the bench his Z Cavalion and then his Raichu. So my team this game, I'll just briefly go over it, is a Trick Room physically defensive Mew, with Trick Room, Earth Power, Psychic, and Soft Boiled, with physically offensive, with almost max Phys Def and then a Beta Spidef and max HP, holding leftovers. A Shukaberry, Alolan Muck with knockoff Poison Jab, Fire Punch, and Shadow Sneak, just max attack, max HP. A max attack, max speed Keldeo to speed High Cavalion, with Aqua Jet, Poison Jab, Sword Stance, and Close Combat. This was really the win con this game, as I like the Aqua Jet versus a lot of his faster mons like Beedrill, Scarf Victini, like Scarfed Mamoswine, and then I'm holding the Rindo Berry to be able to take a hit from Superior, so even if I'm at +2, that thing's not going to be an efficient check to me, then I can go for Close Combat. I do have Poison Jab, but CC does more than Poison Jab to serve. He does have Fini though, and that's what Poison Jab is for there. Got a pretty offensive, but also kind of bulky Clef. It's got a little bit of Spidef, and it's calm with 172 special attack, so quite a bit of special attack, then max HP, then a fair amount of speed too. This is Unaware and Kabia, so that allowed me to take it from like from Beedrill or any other poison nets, but really just Beedrill is all I need. But so I just didn't want to get checked by Beedrill, and I didn't have the best check to Beedrill. I mean, I do have Gligar, but I don't want that thing getting knocked off, and you know, I just wanted another lure for that. My set is Thunder Wave, Flamethrower, Moonblast, and Moonlight. This is a check to Surf. I can take a Leaf Storm with whatever boost he has, and then just Thunder Wave him. Then I have my Gligar holding the Eviolite, of course, with Stealth Rock, U-Turn, Earthquake, and Roost. This is a physically offensive one, able to take hits from Victini. I think it can like almost take 2 Banded V-Grades, or maybe it can. I forget exactly what the spread does. And then just an Offensive King with Fake Out, Return, Earthquake, and Sucker Punch. So I'm just gonna lead with my Mew. Yeah, lead Mew is a good lead versus 5 of the 6 mons. Of course, he leads the 1 mon. It's not a very good lead against. As he clicks U-Turns, I think I just clicked Trick Room turn 1. Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna go right into my Muck now to take advantage of this Trick Room. Gyro does like nothing to me. I was min speed on this Muck, so that shows that he is even slower than me, because he has been Trick Room, but the Gyro did nothing, and Volt Switch did even more of nothing, so I'm just going to click Knock Off immediately, so he goes right into Beedrill. That's fine with me. I think I just click Knock Off again. Yeah, I do. Get rid of this thing's leftovers, as now I'm just going to click Fire Punch. No, I clicked Knock Off again. I didn't want to Fire Punch knock him out yet, because I kind of liked having Fortress around, but having it weakened, because this could be something that my Keldeo could set up on, so I wanted to keep this thing around if I could, so I'm going to bring my Gligar now and actually use this as a chance to get at my rocks. I'm going to spin, but also I thought he'd Volt Switch there, so I can block the Volt Switch. Just go right for my rocks. He could have Defog and Feeny, then he's getting rid of his rocks too, so I'm going to get off the fast U-turn as I bring in my Alolan Muck, which can take any hit from this thing, and pressure it, as he does go for knockoff. Gets rid of my Shuka. Not a huge deal, because I mean I was already low enough to where Earthquake from like a Life Orb Mammoth when I knocked him out. Anyways, I go for P-Jab, because it doesn't really matter if you know, if he brings in Fortress, because I can Fire Punch and knock out the following turn. As I said, I did want to keep Fortress around, because if I could set up with it with my Keldeo, set up on it with my Keldeo, but I just thought it was my best play to knock it out there. I didn't want to keep pivoting around it, and it was my best play to just pick up my kill there. So in comes the Victini. Is I'm just gonna, I think, sack. No. I keep Muck around. I sack off Mew, because Mew's really useless at this point. It's not gonna do much. It's not checking anything. Mew doesn't do much for me. So I'm gonna bring my King, and he really now the Fortress is gone, and he didn't bring Capellion. His team, everything's neutral to normal, so I can just spam Return. As I think I just click Return there. As yeah, he actually just brings in Feeny. I need to damage my Feeny for my Keldeo. So him bringing this in is actually phenomenal for me, as I can get it really low or knock it out. As I do, not quite knock it out, but I can take the Moonblast and kill it the following turn. So not a big deal. And even if he wanted to switch out, he's in range of rocks, so not a big deal there. So that is great. As now that thing is gone, so my Keldeo is looking like a huge threat. I just need to set up on maybe I think I can live it from Beedrill, maybe, or maybe like a Mammoth one I can set up on. Or if Victini is locked into V-Create, I can take that. Or even on Serp. Although no, well, no, I can't set up on Serp, because he can Leaf Storm, he'll break my window, but then +2 would knock me out, so I can't do that. But still, I might not even need to set up with Keldeo. Keldeo's just looking like a threat in general, as he brings in Serp, so goes for Sub. I think he was predicting Sucker, and I wanted to Sucker, but I did not. I think now I Sucker, because I didn't think he'd Sub twice in a row, and I was right. So Serp is really low, he just knocks me out. As I don't think the crit mattered. Actually, did it? It might have. Because Serp's not that. Although, it actually, I guess considering he was actually Overgrow, then I don't think it did. But he was obviously supposed to be contrary, as Serps usually are. So that's kind of problematic for him. I'm just going to bring in Clef. I know I'm unaware, but this is kind of like, this is the play I would have made anyway. So I'm kind of negating him not being contrary and kind of pretending that he was. Just so that, you know, to try to make it that, like, I'm not winning only because he's contrary, you know, try to just win, you know, try to minimize the impact of him not being contrary, because he was supposed to be, or at least at this point I'm assuming, like, I don't know why you don't Leaf Storm if you're not supposed to be contrary, but I'm just gonna, maybe I shouldn't have done this, but I was just playing it like I would have anyways. So I'm gonna bring my Clef here, and I think I click Thunder Wave, anticipating him, yeah, to want to go into his Victini. Of course, I missed the Thunder Wave, which really sucks, as he leads season. He's getting back a lot of health, as I'm going to Moonblast there and do, I mean, I'll do enough to break the sub, but he's getting Leech Seed back, and I'm losing health, and he's losing a little bit each turn, but not much. I'm going to go into my Muck because he does sub there, but still, we're in the same problem here, as he can just Leech Seed, and then I can break the sub, but he can just keep subbing, and he'll get health back from lefties plus Leech Seed. This is annoying. I think I go for, I go for Poison Jab again, or Knock Off to break the sub, whatever, and then I try to go for Shallow Sneak, or I do, and then it puts it low enough to where he can't sub, I think. You know, he can't. I do get the poison from Poison Touch, which is pretty clutch, but still, he's getting a lot back from Leech Seed, and I can keep sneaking to stop it from subbing, but it's getting health back either way, so, yeah, that was scary. Thankfully, I did get the poison, though. So I'm gonna bring my Keldeo here, which will be able to chew the Leaf Storm because he is at -2. But actually, he was Overgrow, so I actually still did a chunk. I do go for Poison Jab to knock it out, but I don't have my Muck around anymore, which is annoying. I could have Shadow Sneak things, and if I didn't miss that T-Wave, that really would have been nice. Would have been very nice, because would my Clef outspeed? I don't know. I think, no, I actually invested my Clef to outspeed Serp if he was paralyzed, actually, so I would have outsped if I freaking landed that T-Wave, so that was annoying. But, you know, I just have to keep playing and just move on. So, he brings in Beedrill, not anticipating the Aqua Jet, as I just go for that and pick him off, which is great. Now, in comes Mamoswine. I'm thinking it's his Scarf by the way he's playing it. So, I think I go for CC to scout if he is. As he does go for the Icicle Crash, because that will allow him to hit the Gligar, which is you know, off the ground, so not hit by Earthquake. As he gets the crit and the flinch, which is terrible. I'm just going to go over Aqua Jet, get off some suicide damage, as he's going to be able to knock me out the following turn. If I went for the Aqua Jet the turn before, I could have gotten off more damage to where I could knock it out with a Earthquake from Clef, with Moonblast from Clef or Earthquake from Gligar. But I mean, I did not anticipate me getting critted and flinched. If I did not get flinched, I could have just gone for CC and knocked him out, and then Victini comes in, and how much is Victini at? I don't know if Aqua Jet kills, but if not, then Gligar can come in and win that. So that flinch really sucks. And also, if he didn't crit me, then I think I could have lived too, so it wouldn't have really mattered that he flinched me the first time. So that crit flinch really blows, because if he did 40 with the crit, and then 12 the following turn, so I was at 52. So he would have done like 26. Yeah, so it would have been a roll if he 2-KOs me, but still. He also has a chance of missing one of them, so that crit flinch really sucks, as now I'm just going to go down to this Icicle Crash. Of course, he doesn't miss. Then I bring in Gligar, and of course, he does not miss again. So we lose here 2-0. Kind of sucks because Hacks really was a big factor towards the end, so. But I mean, it is what it is. I can't control that. I mean, Top can't either. You know, he felt bad. He was sorry for it, but that is just how it went. So, gotta try to move on. Gotta try to win this last game. So this last game is versus Zamcro. So I think at that point he was 1 and 2 going into that, or maybe I think he was 1 and 2 going into this. Or no, he played. No, he still had to play Top after I played Zamcro, I think. So I think Zamcro was 1 and 1 going into my game with him. So pretty much this game decided who goes to brackets, because Top is after our game it was 3 and 0. Turbo went like 0 and 4, I think. So he was out of it. Lars was 2 and 2, and he had already finished. So, and I think Zamcro would have had if I win this game, then I get to 3 wins, so I would move on guaranteed, because Zamcro would be at 1 and 2. So at best he'd be 2 and 2, and Lars has already finished at 2 and 2, and Turbo's already 0 and 4. So if I win this game, I move on. If I lose this game, I think it's guaranteed that I don't move on, because I think I would definitely be lower differential than Lars. The Zamcro would have a chance to move on if he wins versus me, because he might have higher differential than Lars, even if he loses his following game, depending on how big of a win, how big of a loss. But if Zamcro wins his following 2 games, because he still has to play Old Man Top in his last game, if Zamcro wins both, then he moves on. So if I win this game, I move on, basically. That's what I'm saying. So my team is Life Orb Keldeo with Secret Sword, Sub, Icy Wind, and Surf. Sub with Life Orb was kind of interesting, but I just wanted some power and wanted to not be able to be checked by like a Scarfer, like Thundurus, or maybe Decidueye or Crook so easily. My Clefable was just maxed his def to be able to take on Charizard with Moonblast, Calm Mind, Heal Bell, and Moonlight. I was unaware because of Zardex. Yeah, this was Zardex, by the way. His full team is E6, so Zardex, Manaphy, Crocodile, Bronzong, Decidueye, and Thundurus T. It is a Z Manaphy, and his last two were Comfey and Ditto. So, yeah, Fizdef, Clefable with Heal Bell. That way, Toxics from stuff like Bronzong will not prevent me from potentially sweeping with Calm Mind. So, it was a cool Clef there. Then we got a Akaberry Fortress holding Akaberry with Toxic Spikes, Explosion, Payback, and Heavy Slam. Payback was just a means of hitting the Bronzong for some decent damage. It was mainly Fizdef with a bit of Spadef, max HP. Mew was just max speed, max attack. Well, actually, I guess 248 attack and 8 defense. I think that's so I could take like a Flare Blitz. So I could take like a Jolly Flare Blitz from full. My moveset was Stealth Rock, U-Turn, Zen Headbutt, and Ice Punch, holding the Psychium Z, taking me a Z Zen Headbutt. Mach was Assault Fast with Knockoff Shot, Sneak Focus Punch, and Gunk Shot. Focus Punch was in case I wanted to predict the Crocodile. And then Mega King was just offensive, Fake Out, Return, Crunch, and Wish. I didn't really need a last move, so throwing out Wishes could help to pass into like Mach or Mew, or maybe even Fortress, or I guess Clef, but Clef can heal. So I lead with, I don't know, Mach, Mew. I lead with Mew. So turn 1, I go for Zen Headbutt, get off some damage as he blitzes, does a lot. Ow. Zen does a chunk, and I can knock him out with another one. I could have gone for my Z Zen Headbutt turn 1, but I didn't want to risk him going hard into Crook, and I mean, I guess I could have, but I just didn't want to risk him going hard Crook. So he brings in Crook my Zen, as I think I tried a U-turn, or do a hard switch. I think I just tried a U-turn, maybe set up my rocks. But he does actually just click Pursuit, so that shows that he's Scarfed, he outsped me. So bring in Fortress, as he brings in Zard, my T-Spike. I go hard into Keldeo. As in comes Decidueye, as I click Surf, but he takes damage from the Toxic Spike. I'm gonna go into Mach on his Defog, so only the Decidueye got poisoned so far, but I can maybe set up my T-Spike again later. So I'm just gonna click Gunk Shot, predicting the Charizard there. So the obvious switch-in was the Crocodile, but that thing is Scarf, and he's already shown me how to Scarf. So I figured he does not want to bring that thing in on the obvious knockoff, because he wants that thing to keep its Scarf, because he wants to outspeed my Keldeo and my King too. So he wants to keep the Scarf on Crook. He really there's no reason for him to want to sack that off, or to not sack off Crook, but to lose its Scarf, which really is very valuable versus my team. He hasn't seen Keldeo, or no, he saw Keldeo's Life Orb, so he knows Keldeo's Life Orb not Scarf, and he knows King can't be Scarf. So I figure he wants to keep his Scarf around. I watched his video. He was questioning my display here, but really I did not want to. I didn't think he'd bring in Crook. It just didn't make sense because he want to keep his Scarf. So I thought Zard was the next best play, because you can take a knockoff pretty comfortably. So I'm gonna go for the Gunk Shot, which still does some damage to the Crook and has a 51% chance to poison with the Gunk Shot chance of being 30, then and my 30% for Poison Touch. And they don't add. It's not exactly how the chances work. So it's not 60. It was 51. Because there's some math that's involved. But yeah, I go for Gunk Shot, land it thankfully on the Zard, and then I get the poison. It's slightly over half of a chance for me to poison, so not really hacksy, but still nice that I got it. So that allows me to pick him off for the Shadow Sneak here, as I do just do that. And it's very nice for me. So in comes Crook, as I'm just going to go right into my Fortress, as I think he predicts this and makes a nice double into Thundy, which is a little bit annoying, but I'm just going to go right back into Muck, as I can take any hit from this, because I'm a fat Muck, I'm a Soul Fest. As yeah, that Thunderbolt does nothing, as I'm going to make a hard read, go right for the Focus Punch, as Crook comes in, and oh, that works out, so I actually get another poison. This was only 30% chance, because it's only Poison Touch, so that was pretty lucky, but still is nice for me. As I bring in Fortress on his Earthquake, and he's going to go down to poisons. I'm just going to click T-Spikes right here, as I get that layer of Toxic Spikes, and that is looking really nice for me. So in comes the Bronzong. I'm just going to sack off my Fortress here. I don't need it around to take any hits from his Crocodile anymore, so I'm just going to sack it off. I'm going to click Payback, as he has Rocky Helmet, which makes sense for my King. But I'm just going to keep clicking that, and then I click Boom to do a little bit more, and get this thing pretty low. So I'm going to bring him in a Clef, try to set up on this thing. I don't know if it is Heavy Slam or Gyro Ball. I was, I think, Min Speed. No, I was not. I should have been Min Speed. Was I creeping anything? Well, I didn't have any speed investment. Was there any reason for me to have speed? Not really. I should have been, yeah, no, I should have been Min Speed in hindsight, so I could take Gyros even better. But he does have Gyro, not Heavy Slam, as you'll see soon, as he goes for Toxic, which makes sense, but I am actually Heal Bell, so that's not going to work out super well for you, buddy. As Gyro does a chunk, but he's gyro, not heavy slime. Heavy slime would do around half, I think. So I'm gonna click heal bell here and show that, meaning that his toxic is not that useful. It's still annoying and still kind of hard to set up on this thing, as I need to moonlight, and if he gets enough crits, then that could be problematic. But gyro ball only has 8 PP, so I can actually try to stall that thing out of gyro balls by just going for moonlight enough. As here, I mean, you guys can see this process. You'll see I'm going to keep heal belling and moonlighting, and I don't set up anymore. I don't need any more calm mines. I think go for one more moonlight, and then I think I started attacking him. I need 2 more moonblast to knock him out. I think I go for another one here, as I do, and he's almost dead, but I need another moonblast to knock him out. He goes for toxic, which is annoying. I'm gonna have to heal bell that off, as I think I just go for heal bell here. As yeah, I do. As he's just going to gyro again. I mean, yeah, you guys get the process. He crits, which is annoying. I'm going for moonlight. As does he gyro toxic? He should have toxic there, because that way I'd have to heal bell. Because that could get annoying. Because if he can leave the toxic on me, then that'd be good for him. But nah, he just gyroed that turn, as I'm able to knock him out with a moonblast. In comes a poison Manaphy. He goes for skill swap, which is pretty cute. But he doesn't steal my boost, so we're both at neutral basically. So I'm going for neutral moonblasts. But he had, I think, Calm Mind, not Tail Glow. I'm just gonna go for moonblast, as he went for Scald. Still didn't do much because we're both at neutral. As he skill swaps back, I don't really know why. So it gives me my boost back, basically, so thanks. I went for moonlight there to heal up, as he gets a crit, so I guess it didn't matter that he gave me my boost back. That's moonblast or knock him out. So then in comes Thunderous, as he tries to agility, because I think he's hoping for like double crit, because then he'd still have a chance to bring this back, but I get the special attack drop, and he does not get the crit, as I chew that, and then I knock him out. I mean, the special attack drop didn't matter. Then he just forfeits here. I would have been able to beat his last bond, so it didn't really matter that he forfeited. So we take that home in a 4-0, and we are moving on to the brackets, so that is exciting. Not going to do the brackets in the same video, as you can see, because this video is going to end in like a minute. But I will do the bracket games in another video, or videos, maybe. I don't know. How far did I get? Some of you guys know, some of you guys don't. I don't know. But I will do that soon. I don't know when that's going to go up. I don't know when this video is going up, but I mean, you guys will see it when you see it, obviously. But overall, this was a pretty fun team. Did pretty well in pool play. I went 3-1. I was pretty happy with how I did. I got pretty unlucky versus Tup. I probably should have won that game. But if Lars landed the sleep powder in this game, then I might have not won. So maybe it evens out. But either way, I went 3-1 and then plus 4. Only had these 2 wins mounted to only +2 differential. Then this brought me back down to 0. Then this put me up +4. So hopefully you guys liked my pool play games. They were pretty fun. I enjoyed them. Did the latter 3, these 3. No, you can't see. These 3 on Friday night, and then the one before on Wednesday, because I had to do that early for Turbo, or for Tup. No, Lars. Lars is the person I meant to say. But I had a fun time with the pool play battles, and hopefully you guys will stick around for my bracket play games, and I'll upload those hopefully in the next couple days, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.